I think there is a real risk, isn't there, that traditional newsrooms are becoming swamped by tips that may or may not be true, and most of them aren't true. And it's sucking huge amounts of resources out of newsroom, checking things. We have some of our partner broadcasters and journalists here for a conference yesterday, and one of them was telling me over dinner last night that she'd received an amazing tip about quintuplets being born in a village on her patch, and so she'd driven down to the village and spent half a day looking for it and discovered that the story was completely fake. And I think that in microcosm is happening in newsrooms, not just in Nigeria, but right across the world. And journalists have got to decide, actually, we're here to conduct our own investigations, to find our own stories using our own staff, and find an economic model for commercial news organizations that supports that activity. Because otherwise, journalists risk being completely swamped by things that are probably fake, and that stops all of us from doing our jobs. And I think some of the things I referenced in the speech about verification techniques, like what digital tools can we use to check stuff quickly without it sucking up loads of valuable journalism resources.
So you didn't respond to the question about
yes,
criminalizing
legal,
it.
I think it's for every country to decide what the right path is. So I don't think there's a single international convention for this. And we've certainly seen some countries, for example, in Germany and Singapore and a couple of other countries, who have gone a long way down the path to criminalizing elements of fake news. I think some of us feel, I think all journalists feel, innately cautious about legislation, any additional legislative burden, because we see it as a kind of incipient risk to free speech. And I think most journalists feel more comfortable with non-legislative approaches, and that's why I'm interested in media literacy, so what countries can do around educating their young citizens, rather than using the law to clamp down on the symptoms, maybe using education and the other tools of the state to raise up standards of thinking and inquiring and media literacy.
Would this be general education or just the media education?
I think it's a real problem that in lots of countries, including in Nigeria, that we're not really teaching in schools the skills that young people need to evaluate good quality and poor quality content. And we've heard from the discussion today that people are sharing content they know is wrong. They're either devising it or sharing it. They know it's wrong, but they're doing it because they're bored, they lack economic opportunities. Professor Shoyinka made that point. And I think addressing those root causes is in lots of ways preferable to a more heavy-handed legislative approach.